We're live. So the other day, two priests and Hi, I'm Alex,
And I'm Nick.
and this is the Gone Fishing Podcast.
The #1 podcast.
Not about fishing.
Enjoy. So a priest walks into a bar.
Two priests. Three priests walk into a bar. And they order gin and tonic, right? And guess what happens next?
What happens?
I can't say.
They start a rap album.
I signed an NDA.
NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Yeah, we're getting rid of those in New York, right?
I don't know. I don't know about
so.
the Catholic Church. They probably allow it for all the boys they touched. Oh, Glizzy Nation today.
Yeah,
We got a special Glizzy Nation.
we're hitting it a little earlier than we have been.
Well, let me tell you, we're on the hunt for the nation's #1 hot dog.
Yeah,
And we're putting our foot down on the gas.
we're sick of not knowing.
We're not knowing. What's the best hot dog out there? Is it Sweigel's? Is it Salen's? Is it something from your local community?
Is it
you can tell us?
Hoffman's?
Is it Hoffman? No, it's not Hoffman's.
Does your mom make hot dogs?
If your mom made a hot dog, frickin', I'll be on the other end of it 'cause it's mine. Just tell you, Ma.
Let me guess, she didn't make it.
No, but we're on the hunt for the nation's best hot dog.
Yeah.
And we haven't found it yet.
Yeah. I think we're only, 4 in?
4 or 5? Let's do a recap.
Do you think we'll ever actually find it? Because there's so much time. Like, I feel like there's so much time in between every time we try one. I will say Salen's is my top right now.
Salen's is on the top. They're
That's #1.
Probably an 8 out of 10. Zweigel's, the skinless Texas brand style.
Yeah.
That was a 7. Hoffman's was a 6.5.
Yeah, Hoffman's wasn't bad. But
All these, though, came in strong with the number 7.
That's not bad.
Right? That was a good, for 99 cents a pack, that's a good fucking hot dog.
Think about it, though. Think about it. Think
much
long
money
and
you can
hard.
save.
Aldi, German brand.
Yeah.
It better be good.
Are they German or Sweden?
It's German.
Drop a comment below. Is Aldi
No,
German
no,
or
no,
Sweden?
no.
No.
Rescind your comment. Delete it. It's German.
You sure?
Yeah. I'll bet this hot dog on it.
Let's see here. We are looking for the German brand hot dog on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is Aldi German? Damn it. Yes, Aldi's German. It was founded in 1946 by Adolf Hitler and his brother Theo Aldebrich. The name Aldi is short for Aldebrich Discount, reflecting its roots in discount retailing. Today, Aldi operates internationally, but remains headquartered in Nazi Germany. 1946, that was Nazi Germany, right? 40s, that was Nazi times?
Drop a comment below. I don't know. Dude, I'm really bad with history.
Here we go. ChatGPT for the win.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad we're really coming down on the Germans today this early. We're coming down on Nazi Germany, okay? Not modern day Germany.
Yeah, 1933 to 1945. I said 1946. So
Wow.
guess what all the Germans, the Nazis, were doing after 1945?
Eating hot dogs.
They were creating a discount store.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
I've never actually put it into perspective. I mean, how short period of time it was Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
But how much shit happened.
A lot happened.
A lot happened.
A lot happened those days.
A lot. Well, let's we'll blow the cover off this one. Alex got a little ahead of himself, and when he sees something tube-shaped in front of him,
I just got to put it in my mouth.
I'm setting up the podcast for the episode,
Yes, you were.
and I look over to my right, and Alex is inhaling his hot dog.
What, are we live?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, shit.
Are we live?
I thought we were live. Sorry, a little stressful day. So when I need to eat a hot dog when things are rough, that's me.
You earned it.
I don't drink a beer when I'm stressed.
No.
What I do is come home, cook a nice hot dog.
And you drink gin and juice.
Yeah.
Is it yours? Is the citrus one?
If I could, I don't care.
No, you want no.
I think I'd like that better.
I found these going to my mom's yesterday, and I said,
Where? Your mas?
I was going to my mom's.
There you go.
And I said, you know what? I'm in the mood for. I want to see if they have a canned gin mixer drink. I go to the liquor store.
Liquor? I don't even know her.
You don't need to. You don't need to.
Tell me. Let's hear it.
So I walk in the door, and the first thing I see is a big display of Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre gin and juice mixers. So I said, I got to try those.
Next episode, we should do Snoop Dogg's wine. Is that a wine brand?
It's
pretty
bad.
good. Is it bad?
It's bad.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were such a wine connoisseur.
I'm not. Maybe that's why I didn't think it was good.
Okay. So back to where you were, right? The world's
Yeah.
greatest hot dog. Don't crack that open yet.
okay.
We don't want it to ruin our palate, right? So
Palate cleanser.
we're eating
Palate
these hot...
cleanser.
Yeah, cleanse it out. So we're eating these hot dogs dry. Well, a little ketchup, but drink-wise, so I don't want it to throw up the palate.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, a little smart water. Should I balance it?
Yeah, balance it out. Do you know smart water is balanced for your pleasure?
I got it all over my tits.
Yeah.
Uh,
So let's go. Without further ado,
Ale is just rocking the ketchup today.
I'm always a ketchup guy.
Always just ketchup. I'm just rocking. I can't remember if I did mayonnaise last time, but I'm
You
just
did.
doing ketchup.
But the problem is
and
what
mustard.
you're doing is you're changing up your condiments. So each time you can't get a true side-by-side comparison of each hot dog. You're changing up the palate.
I just go with the flow.
Okay, let's go.
I'm just saying that this is Nathan's, right?
Yeah, this is Nathan's from Long Island, New York, I think, right? Is that
Which
Long
I
Island?
don't know if I remember ever having a Nathan's hot dog.
My first time. Not a fan. It's got like a beef flavor. I'm not a fan of that.
It's not terrible, but you know what it is it just tastes like a basic hot dog.
Yeah.
It just tastes like an average 99-cent pack of hot dogs.
Don't taint Aldi brand, though. They're 99 cents, and they're good.
Yeah,
Better than this.
they're above the rest, but
What a waste of money. You know, we think to buy the name brand is going to be good. It's not. Sorry, Joey Chestnut.
yeah. And this, okay, I'm going to say it. This goes back to something I said a while ago, referring to the garbage plates. Just because Nathan's is as old and original as it is,
Sounds good.
it doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
the best.
It's not.
Doesn't mean it's the best.
No. And I thought it was going to be a good hot dog, so
Me too.
I'm pretty disappointed. I'm going to give it a score based on that. I'm going to 4.
Oh, you're going down to a 4?
Texture's not there. Texture, a little too, the casing around the hot dog's not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's too evident. You can tell there's casing around it. I give it a 4.
Yeah.
Not good. I'm not a fan.
I'm not even going to finish it.
You're not going to finish. That's how bad it is. So Nathan's, I'm sorry. I know you're kind of legendary
Yeah.
out of the lower New York State region, but no. Definitely not a winner in the nation's best hot dog.
No.
So our search goes on for the number 1 hot dog in America.
We got to turn that hot dog sign on.
I plugged it in, but
Do you see what happened though?
what happened? What happened?
The energy wasn't right with this hot dog. We didn't have enough energy to power the hot dog
Yeah,
sign.
that's why. It
You know what I
just
mean?
Sucked all the energy out of me.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to say is disappointed. I'm probably not going to sleep tonight because of it. I was so excited for today.
Yeah.
When I bought these yesterday.
Yeah.
And now I got to choke down some hot dogs I don't like. for
A
the
hot
next 3
dog
days.
isn't just a hot dog. So I wonder where we go from here with the rest of those hot dogs. How do you spruce up those hot dogs to make them taste better? You throw them in mac and cheese,
What, the ones I have?
the ones you have left.
Even then, I wouldn't want to ruin or disrespect a mac and cheese. Not my wife's mac and cheese. No, I'm not putting it in there.
Never gonna happen.
Maybe
Nope.
a Kraft mac and cheese
Yeah,
or a store brand mac and cheese, but no, not a homemade mac and cheese.
that's terrible.
That's how upset I am. Probably
not
feed
upset,
probably
but
feed it to the dogs.
This is why we do what we do. You know?
Yeah, so you people
Yeah.
listening,
You out there.
all 200,000 viewers know that what the best hot dog is, and we're on the hunt.
We're on the.
We're not going to know tomorrow. We're not going to know a month on the road.
No.
But I think by summertime, we're going to have a good feeling what the best hot dog, at least in New York State, is.
Do we eventually stop looking and just say, you know what? I'm going to give it. Because, like, there's a chance that Salen's could become the number one
hot dog in the nation?
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, we should still keep trying some.
I'm confident.
We're what, four in? Five in?
I was counting and I lost count. So we got Salen's, obviously, Zweigel's. But it's tough because Zweigel's got a couple different kind.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
So Salen's, Zweigel's, Aldi, Nathan's, Hoffman's. This is 5 hot dogs so far out of how many hot dogs in America? How many hot dog brands?
Freaking
hundreds.
A lot. Should we GPT that? How many hot dog brands are in
America? Yeah, I can do it right now. Easy.
Or in New York State?
Yeah, we do that. How many?
But Salen's is definitely up there. Just has like a flavor profile that, wows ya.
Let's see here. So there are many hot dog brands in the market, especially in the U.S. That's all I care about. Where hot dogs are a popular food item. Some of the major well-known brands are Oscar Mayer. We can get that going. Ballpark is good. Hebrew National to support Israel friends.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan's Famous, which sucks. Sabret. Boar's Head. How you doing? Kirkland, Costco brand. Applegate, never heard of it. Smithfield.
Is that like Pizzagate?
Yeah. Shh. Good band. Smithfield, which got good bacon. And Jenny O. I'll take a Jenny O hot dog. In addition to these big names, there are numerous regional and smaller brands, often unique recipes focused on types of like beef, chicken, organic hot dogs. No, nothing organic. Fuck that. No. The exact number of brands can be depending on the region and the type of hot dog. Traditional, gourmet, and plant-based. No.
Plant-based, no,
not up in here.
No,
not up in here.
No, I'll entertain it, but we're not. That's,
I'm not gonna try it.
That is no.
Yeah.
Different competition.
No, I'll throw that right in the trash if you bring it to my house.
Yeah, I'll fucking dig a hole outside and plant it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? See what grows.
Yeah, plant hot dog tree.
A little hot dog tree.
Genius.
So you heard it here first.
We're still on the hunt.
Glizzy Nation still on the hunt, but as of right now, Salen's is up there.
Yeah. So also I want to let people know if you have a hot dog that you want to see eaten on this show.
Yeah.
Let us know. Drop a comment. DM me.
Seriously, he means it from the bottom of his heart.
Drop a comment. We need to know.
Yeah.
Because there's something I could be missing.
Or send them to us. Al's going to drop the P.O. box.
Don't have one, but yeah, we'll drop a P.O. box. Does it cost money to get a P.O. box?
Yeah, it does.
Never mind.
Monthly.
You send it to my work.
Depending on the size. We can get the smallest one, though.
Yeah.
Just get a small package.
Hot dogs are being shoved in there.
You walk in there, the postman's like pissed. Fuck you. It just smells like meat in here.
Yeah, just man meat. So, so we're there. We're working it. The day goes on.
Yeah.
We're still looking.
So what does it do today, buddy?
Yeah. So I left everyone off on a quote last Monday, or when the show drops Wednesday, right?
Yeah. So
I left him a quote, right? You're only strong as your strongest cup of coffee.
Yes.
And I want people to really deeply think about what that means. You know? What does that mean to you? Or do you want me to just go into it?
So you're not as strong as your strongest.
No,
you're
only
as strong as your strongest cup of coffee.
Yes.
No, that's very true, because we have a few different brands at the house of coffee. Babushka, Grandma brought some over from Europe.
Europe, yeah. Lafayette.
And I gotta say, I'm not a big fan.
Okay.
And when I've gone to work with a cup of coffee made from that brand,
you poop.
I feel like I need more. Yeah. Like it's missing something. So right now, I'm rocking with the Wegmans Traditional.
Wegmans is great.
Wegmans Traditional.
Okay.
And I do think that, based on that, that sets up my day.
Yeah, so you're kind of hitting it,
yes.
Right? So when I say you're only as strong as your strongest cup of coffee, is kind of like how life is. You're only as good as what you put into it.
That's right.
Your preparation. Like making coffee, right? You got to have your coffee set there with your coffee pot, the little hopper thing on top to put your grounds in. So it's how many grounds you're going to put in is how strong your coffee is.
Right.
And how strong settings you put on your brew strength is how good that coffee, how strong it's going to be.
Right.
But then it doesn't stop there. So once you get that coffee made and you pour it in your cup, depends on what ingredients you put in it. Just like in life, what kind of effort you're putting in your day, your work, your workout schedule, your love life, your friendships with others, right?
Right.
So that's what I'm talking about. You're only as strong as your strongest cup of coffee, and you are solely based on your effort on that, is how strong that cup of coffee or how strong your life's going to be.
It's a good point.
And I thought of that in 12th grade. It was my quote.
I like it. I took it very literal.
Yeah.
And didn't go much deeper than that.
Yeah,
but
that's definitely a deep think there.
I like it though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this quote that I came up with in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
It was, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get.
You didn't come up with that.
Yeah, I did.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Who's that?
It's from a movie.
What movie?
Forrest Gump.
Who's that?
Was it Will Hanks? Bill Hanks?
Will Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
You know. But no, so yes, only as strong as your strongest cup of coffee, right? You only have, we're in February, right? You only have 9.5 months of the year left. What changes have you made? The scariest thing you can do is be in the same spot you were last year and not improving. So
Yeah.
make that coffee strong, guys, and finish out this year strong. I know 9 months seems like a long time. It's going to fly by. So what are you doing to get there?
Yeah. Yeah. If last year you made a good cup of coffee, but you were raw dogging it on the way to work,
Yeah.
and instead of putting it in a to-go mug, you had it in a traditional mug,
Yeah. Or spilling it.
spilling it all over the place. You guys are probably familiar with some of the roads here in upstate New York. They're pretty terrible.
Oh, yeah, today?
You done fucked yourself up. Now, this year, you put it in a to-go mug,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. So no matter how bumpy it gets, you're not spilling.
No.
Not spilling.
Not spilling. You know, it just is what it is. Yeah.
I like it.
So I wanted to go with that. I wanted to touch a point on that. I wanted people to think. And hopefully you had the same viewpoints. If not, that's fine. It's something really you have to, steep in thought what you got to do with your life. Nick's, hey, he's going back for more. He was liking that hot dog. I mean, every hot dog has its time and place. Maybe we have to cook them in some boiling water. But I don't think that's going to save it.
I just wanted to remember how shitty it was.
Yeah. Let's never do that again.
I almost went out today and bought a hot dog cooker for us.
Yeah, well, that's we're going to need to do that. And it's going to help heat the room a little bit so we can stay warmer.
Dude,
Just have it go.
It's going to smell like hot, sweaty meat.
Dude, it's going to be gross. Maybe I won't do a hot dog cooker. I don't know. That shouldn't be too bad.
No, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
So remember I posted something the other day on TikTok about that Chinese app, Red Note.
Oh, Red Note. You on it?
I am on it.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, well, I want to give my first couple day
Yeah, let's hear it.
opinion on it. So if you didn't see the TikTok, I was just basically saying that I was told by a friend of mine who's not really a social media person to check out Red Note. He said, I decided to join it. This individual had lived in China for some period of time and speaks a good portion. I think he speaks pretty fluently. And so he posted himself on Red Note singing in Chinese, Mandarin or Cantonese, whatever. So anyways, I decided Mandarin. So I decided to join just to see what it's all about. And I got to say, so far, I do like it.
Okay.
It's way more like of a positive app, I guess.
Oh, good.
There's nobody dying on there.
Boring.
It's not just like tits and ass in your face.
Yeah.
It's
that's
just
too
like
much.
everyday life of
Asians.
like Chinese people teaching you how to cook, showing you like their everyday routine, doing dances, doing traditional dances, singing. It's
so
great.
if we were to post our clips on there, they wouldn't like that. We can teach them how this is how Americans are. This is what we do.
I
We
have thought
podcasts
about
in our
that.
basements.
I have started posting clips
Yeah.
on there.
I
And
wonder
I
what they
thought
think.
about that. Like, are we,
But maybe it might hit. The Asian market's huge. A lot of demand there.
yeah,
How many people they have in China?
a lot.
Like 5 billion? ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. They have a lot, though. But what my buddy was telling me is that, like, the perspective that we have, or the perception that we have of China and their way of life is a lot different than what it actually is. And the Chinese people are learning the same thing about, like, what they're told about America and what they think America is like and what Americans are like. They're finding out is a lot different.
There's 1.4 billion people in China.
Okay, that's a lot.
But they have a decline. Because low birth rate in the Asian population.
Well, you know, back in 2008, they ended. I don't know how long it was going on for, but in 2008 they ended. They had a one-child law.
Yeah.
And yeah, that seemingly just ended in 2008. So
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Interesting. Well, it's a big market. We got to tap into it, right? More
Yeah.
viewers, the better.
I mean, worst case scenario, we get flagged. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
They're a lot more strict on there with what you post,
Yeah. So we got to be
which
careful.
is why they don't have a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if it takes off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I had some things I was thinking of earlier that I wanted to.
Let's hear it.
I figured we could run by on here, but now I'm trying to think of it on the spot. And
Okay. Well, take your time to think.
shit in bread.
I'll bring up the elephant in the room. Canada. Did you see that game?
I didn't, but
The
I
hockey
heard
game?
about it.
Beat them. I didn't see it, but we beat them.
So they were booing us.
Yeah. Our
Okay.
national anthem, they were booing, which you shouldn't do. Trust me.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Their national anthem is not catchy at all.
I'm not going to judge your national anthem.
No, do it.
because
It's terrible.
I just don't want to judge it. It might not be as good as ours, but it's not as good as country as ours. Canada wouldn't be what it is without America. I'll tell you that right now.
Or the British.
Yeah, because they're still controlled by the British, right? Or the Queen or King or the hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just thought it was weird. You booing us, and then we beat you 3-1 in your own national pastime. It's not like they were coming here to play baseball and they beat us. That ain't going to happen.
Right. They are very
football.
competitive, though. They're probably like the Philadelphia Eagles when it comes to hockey.
They are, and we're the Buffalo Bills.
We are the Buffalo or the Sabres. But no, we played them. So let me get this straight. It was the U.S. versus Canada's team, and just because I'm not very smart, what was this game all about? Because I know, like,
They had like a 4-nation playoff. U.S., Finland, and Sweden, and Canada, maybe.
Okay.
And it's just a big playoff, and Canada lost to the U.S., and the U.S. went on to win the championship.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
It is. That's like us, like I said, like us losing baseball to Canada. Or football.
What's funny is if we
Or basketball. Or soccer.
if we lost
Or
and
NASCAR.
we didn't get booed, no, I mean, I feel like people wouldn't even talk about it. But the fact that we got booed,
We got booed, and I love it. Our players come out swinging. Within the first like couple minutes, there's 3 fights. We're pissed. We want blood. That's what we do in America.
yeah,
We swing a punch and then ask questions.
we fight.
Yeah,
We fight first.
and we did. I think they're national heroes for winning that game after getting booed.
That's a good response too.
Yeah. So yeah, they're just mad because we're putting some tariffs on you, and
Yeah, sorry, Canada.
yeah, sorry.
Hey, we can't win them all. You know,
No, we can't.
we still love you. I still want to visit your country.
Well, yeah. I want to go like up north,
No,
like Hudson Bay, north. Is it good?
yeah, it's not bad.
Dr. Dre and Snoop.
It's light. It's very, very. It's not very sugary, which is good.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
Not a fan.
not a fan. You want to try mine? Try the apricot. Try the citrus. Look at us. We got viruses going around right now. People have the flu and everything, and we're just sharing drinks.
Rather drink a White Claw.
Well, you got to finish it now, asshole.
Fuck. I gotta drive.
I got to drive. Well, yeah, that's what Snoop was doing. Rolling down the street.
What's endo? That's marijuana?
Yeah.
I'm so not. I don't know nothing.
Endo,
No street
like
smarts.
endo cut. I don't know. Like indica?
Ellicottville?
Indica? Ellicottville.
Sativa.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve.
Steve,
So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. We're getting some fucking gnarly weather out here.
Yeah, the
though.
weather is wild. I've never
Freaking
driven
nuts.
anything like that today.
It was scary.
Yeah, I
Were
love
you-
driving in the snow. That was not fun.
Well, you also were driving a
Real drive. Well, that
Real
wasn't the
wheel.
issue.
at
road
all.
is plowed. Some snow drifts in the road, but the vision. It was
Yeah.
0 foot visibility. I know, I shit you not. I'm not wanting to blow things up like that, but I couldn't see anywhere in front of me. So I was just
Yeah.
hoping I was going down the road. Usually you can judge like telephone poles or see the lines in the road to help you, but it was a little snow covered.
Yeah.
But what I had to do is look out my passenger window as I'm driving straight and see the yellow center marker. Wow. The only way I could tell I was in where I needed to go. Because I was afraid if I stopped to wait for it to clear up,
Yeah.
I'd get rear-ended. Because I'm in a white car and a whiteout. Or if I kept going, I'd go off the road into a snowbank or rear-end someone that I couldn't see. So I made it.
You don't want that. You do not want that.
No, I'm glad I'm alive.
Me too. I'm glad you're alive.
I see why people get in pileups now.
I still.
But luckily it's a stretch of road, not a lot of traffic, a lot of fields. That's why, had so much snow blowing. But
Kind of the most scary because there's nobody out there. You're like, dude, if I crash, it's gonna be a minute till anyone sees me, right?
Yeah.
And think of it this way: someone brought this up to me a couple years ago. Do you remember there was some bad weather going out towards Buffalo?
yeah,
And they closed. They told
Yeah.
people do not drive.
yeah.
Some people
They'll
still
drive.
drove. They got stuck. And there was a few people that died because they were in their car.
For so long.
Car running. Snow. The snow was like making it so there was no outside air coming in. So they were just inhaling.
Well, the issue was their
And they died.
exhaust pipe gets covered with
Exactly.
snow, and then you got CO, carbon monoxide. Yeah, so that's a quick way to die. So make sure if you do get stuck,
Yeah.
go out every hour or so and
Yeah.
clear that tailpipe. I wasn't so worried. So if something happened where I was, where that happened, just walk home at that point.
I don't know about that.
You know?
It depends how far that next exit is.
Oh yeah. I mean, from where I was.
Oh, yeah.
I would walk.
Jesus.
But yeah, it wasn't like sometimes you get blown snow. It's like a quick stretch. This is like 2 or 3 miles of just like
Yeah.
white.
It started a little bit earlier, too, where you told me it had started for you.
Yeah.
It had moved.
Oh, past Braddock's.
Yeah, because you said, where did you say it started?
Probably around Braddock's Bay.
Braddock's Bay.
Yeah. Where it was like, oh, okay, this is something. It's not your average snowstorm.
Yeah, mine started a little bit before that, but
Yeah, it must have been moving. Because right now it's not too bad before we came down here.
no. I pulled up the old Chat GPT.
Yeah.
I want to see if there were some things in there that could maybe inspire us. Some shit,
Yeah.
some different shit we could talk about. I thought this was a good question. Where is it? Hold on.
No.
No, here it is. Oh, I just had it. Oh, this is a good one. Do you think free will actually exists, or do you think that everything is predetermined?
That's a loaded question.
Right.
I think there's some free will, but a lot of stuff's predetermined. The nature or the way the universe is going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
Everyone has a plan set out. I said it before, their passion and purpose in life. And if you're putting a good effort in and not fucking up to the point where you're causing change in your plan, stuff's going to just solve itself.
Like if you don't try,
You got to try it a little bit.
but if you don't try, stuff will just naturally happen.
No. You got to try it a little bit.
I mean, not in a good way. I mean, like,
Oh.
what's going to I don't know. Like, free will, maybe free will can fight against what what could
Yeah.
be predetermined.
True.
Like, there's different paths in life. If you decide, I'm just going to give up and just coast and go with the flow of life and not
Yeah.
really put in extra effort, then there is probably some predeterminations that can be made about
Yeah.
that path. And vice versa if you do decide to try.
Yeah.
So maybe the free will is deciding what path.
Yeah.
And then that path maybe is predetermined if you keep that same level. I don't know.
True.
Throwing it out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a load. That's something I'm gonna have to read up on a little bit.
You read a book?
Yeah, I'll probably
You
read a
reading
book.
anything right now?
I'm reading. I'm still reading. I know I mentioned it probably 3 or 4 episodes ago. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I read a little bit of it every night before I go to bed. That's it's a book basically more about you can't work yourself out of being poor. You got to know how money works.
Yeah.
Because there's people that make good money and they're still financially in a financial hardship. You gotta understand how money works and control your money and things like that. One thing I found cool, I think I snipped a quote out of it. I want to read it. Give me a second here. What books are you reading?
0 at the moment. Yeah, no, I don't have any books at the moment. I'm not really into sci-fi. I'm not into self-help.
Yeah.
Not into financial. I feel like I'm on a good roll financially, and I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. I have to be inspired, really.
Yeah.
I should read before bed, but I don't.
Seriously, never forget the fear and desire can lead you into your life's biggest trap. If you're not aware of them controlling your thinking. To spend your life living in fear and never exploring your dreams is cruel. To work hard for money, thinking that it will buy you things that will make you happy is also cruel. To wake up in the middle of the night terrified about paying bills is a horrible way to live. To live a life dedicated by the size of your paycheck is not really living life. Thinking a job makes you secure is lying to yourself. That's cruel, and that's the trap. So I found myself in that trap, right? Trying to get these jobs where
Yeah.
I never really want to be a supervisor or a manager or whatever, leadership. But I knew that's going to make me the most money. So it kind of sets you down that path, kind of like a trap. And you're trying to get more and more money, and you think working harder is going to get you there. Yeah. So I think that's kind of a trap. And I look at cause our paths, we
Yeah.
have 2 different paths.
Yeah.
You're going, on your own path. And I think you're doing great. At first, when you first made that decision to do the barber lifestyle, I was like, what is he thinking? But hey, I'm going to support you because, you're always driven and do what you want to do. And that's something I'm always proud of you about. But I look at back, I'm like, man, I should have did something like that where I just said, yeah, I think I'm being secure by having that secure job, benefits. But in the long run, I'm just chasing that money for the rest of my life, that paycheck. And not doing something that on my own, right? And really, truly enjoying it. And I see everyone in a corporate style or any type of job, blue collar, corporate. And if you're working for someone else, you're always gonna be chasing that. And
Yeah.
it definitely is a trap.
It's almost it almost seems like it's set up that way.
Yeah.
Like you're always going to be chasing.
Yeah.
Well,
I think school does that to us, but at a
Yeah.
young age.
Yeah, for sure.
Institutionalization of it, being institutionalized and thinking that's a path you got to go. I know we
Yeah.
talked about last podcast, so we'll get a deep part of that, but I read that last night and I'm like, oh, that's super inspiring.
I almost like how long it is.
Yeah.
It's not super long, but it really hits on a lot of different points. One thing that I thought of after you read that is like after I graduated high school, went and got my 2-year degree, my dad was like, just get your 2-year degree and then you can go off and do what you want to do.
Figure it out.
So one of the things that I did was I pursued a music career, which I've talked about before in other podcasts.
Which is another thing I'm always like so proud of that you did.
I'm definitely happy I did it,
Yeah, look at you. You don't look back at it like, crap.
No,
Like
not at
me,
all.
like I had these other jobs. Like, why did I do that?
What's funny though is part of the, aside from just like music itself pulling me in and like that's really what I wanted to do, one of the things that appealed to me about it is I felt like you getting back to how a corporate life and like working for a big company and doing that whole thing, it has this gives us this feeling of security and like
Yeah.
it's safe.
But that's
I thought the same thing, which is why not doing that was so appealing to me, because it was so safe that I felt at the time that I could go do that whenever I want to. I could go be safe
that
whenever I want
that,
to.
Dude, you should put that in a book.
So I chose what I thought to be unsafe because I've always been
You can always
someone
go back to that security blanket.
You can always go back to it. Truth be told, I guess you can go back to what you might feel is a security blanket, but it's still not safe. None of it's
truly,
safe.
end of the day, nothing is. It's,
None of it's safe.
Yeah, that's a false or
Yeah.
false sense of security. Here it also says, you know, when you deal with your emotions, right? Learn to use your emotions to think and not think with your emotions. When you mastered your emotions by agreeing to work, oh, that's something else. But basically, yeah, don't use your. So every time I get emotional,
Yeah.
I use those emotions to make my decisions.
Yeah.
But instead, I should realize I have these emotions and give it a second. Ask myself, what can I do to direct myself out of this situation instead of being so driven on what's causing it.
Right.
You know, take a step back when you start feeling that, you know, new emotional state that you got from, let's say, a conflict at work or something else or anything in life.
It's, I would say, a good portion of society acts on their emotions and makes decisions based on that. We buy things when we're happy, when we're sad. We drink when we're happy, when we're sad. We make a lot of decisions based off our emotions. And I was talking with someone the other day about this. We were talking about kids, right? And how I feel like personally, sometimes I have this battle in my head where when I'm getting frustrated with my 2-year-old, right? You in your mind as a, you know, almost 34-year-old, I will be 34 tomorrow.
Birthday special.
I want to be like, why don't you just know? Why don't you just know not to do this?
Yeah.
And I have to like step back and realize not only do people like our age sometimes have, what do you call it? Emotional.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say here? Like,
Come on, you got it.
emotional intelligence.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Sorry. But like, if that's something that we're still working on as, you know, 34-year-olds,
Yeah.
how do you expect a 2-year-old to have emotional intelligence? You know, so I always have to think about that and remind myself of that in the moment when I'm getting frustrated.
Well, sometimes I think about it too. You gotta, if you really want to enjoy life, you gotta start thinking like a kid. They have all that. I don't know. They're joyful, but innocence, right? They don't know the world around them really. They're just living what's making them happy.
They have
And
no
I think,
walls built up that tell them they can't do shit.
yeah, just like that security blanket we're talking about.
Yeah.
They don't know. They're just doing their thing. And sometimes I think we gotta have to get back to that level a little bit.
Like everything's possible when you're a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way they see the world is like a blank canvas, whereas when you get older, we see it as a canvas filled with, you know, it's like a maze.
Yeah.
You know, we can only go here. If I go here, well, I can't go here because I'm told that if I go here, it's unsafe.
Yeah.
If I go here, you know.
Well, I look at also with that we were talking about, right? Living your life and not getting trapped in a secure situation. Look at a donkey, right? To get a donkey to move, people sometimes will dangle that carrot in front of the donkey.
Yeah.
Or some people use that saying, say, "Oh yeah, don't dangle the carrot in front of me." But let's say if that donkey made decisions on its own and said, "Hey, I'm gonna look to the left or right away from this carrot. Look how great life could be. I'm not gonna be towing this fat ass on my back with a cart.
Right.
I'm gonna live a great life." But no, they're so focused on that security of, "Oh, I want that good carrot.
Yeah. I'm a good boy.
I'm a good boy." And I
be a
think
good boy.
that, I don't know. That just really hits home. Once again, the book is Rich Dad Poor Dad. I would suggest you check it out.
It's a classic.
I'm not even halfway through. I'm probably like 150 pages in.
Yeah.
Slowly, because what I do is I read for bed, and usually I'll get like 20 pages in and I'll fall asleep.
Wow, 20 pages in before you fall asleep. That's amazing.
Well, usually it's like 9:50, 10 o'clock at night before I
Yeah.
go to bed. So I'm more ready to go to bed, but let me read, just quiet the mind a little bit. I found another quote.
It's a good
I wanna
habit.
head up too.
I want to congratulate you on that, by the way.
What, reading?
I want to say the fact that you read before bed at all,
Yeah.
even if you were only reading 2 or 3 pages, I commend you on that because it's very easy just to say, I'm not going to read tonight. I'm going to pick up the old phone.
Yeah. Well, I picked that up probably back in 2018.
You've been doing that since 2018?
Yeah, and it changed I think it changed my life a little bit there when I started getting really in shape and
Yeah.
changing some of my life habits, and I think it made me happier and led me down a better path.
Yeah. Gotta.
Yeah, it was great. I use this app called Libby. Basically, it's like a library app that you can join any library pretty much across the state or nation.
Yeah.
I chose to do the Brooklyn Library because you can be a New York State resident and join that library through Libby. And they have such a huge selection of books that I can go check out a book. It's all free. It's in my phone.
Wow, it's free.
Free. Libby's free. Yeah.
I gotta check this out.
I'll help you get. Yeah, I agree. Like, we should pay some books once in a while. Help support an author. But it's a great application. So a coworker showed me back probably 2018 when I started really heavily reading. And that's where I got into westerns.
Yeah.
It really sets your imagination too. Because I think that's one thing about books. If you're reading something that's fictional, it really helps sets your imagination a little bit.
Helps
So
you
you
use
get away
that,
from
right?
that where you get a phone, your phone's telling you everything to think about. But if you get a book, you're imagining that. Well, at least for me, when I'm reading those words on the page, I have that story going on in my head like a movie.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, thinking about it, and it's just playing out in my head, all the scenes and everything. So yeah, it's good. I like reading.
You ever get excited? Like let's say when you're, balls deep in a Western and partway through your day, you're just thinking about it and you're like, man, I can't wait to get back home, get in bed when it's time and read it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
sometimes when you're reading and you're reading something that you're really into, you can like almost escape into that book and that story. And you come out of it, you stop reading for a second. You're like, dude, I was fucking in there.
I was in the zone.
It's like you're in the movie.
Yep.
That's amazing. You're inspiring me you're making me want to read again.
You should.
Make America read again.
Yeah.
Why isn't that?
Speaking of reading, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you know Ernest Hemingway.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
I've heard of him. Good
Here's
artist.
a good quote from him, right?
Okay.
It's good, literature, author. Can't talk.
It's all right.
It's gin
It's all right.
juice.
It's a gin.
So it's a long quote, but we'll break it down. It's a few paragraphs, but
Jesus.
yeah.
You really know how to pick your quotes, eh?
I know. It's a good one. Well, that was from the book. This is a quote from him. He says, in our darkest moments, we don't need solutions or advice. What we yearn for is a simple human connection, a quiet presence, a gentle touch. These small gestures are the anchors that hold us steady when life feels like too much. So with that first paragraph, right, you're really starting to dive into it. But basically when you're going through a hard time, especially with your life partner,
Yeah.
you don't need them to try to talk you out of it. You just need to know that they're there with you, next to you. So sometimes I got to learn that, especially with my wife. Sometimes she's like upset. I just got to stop trying to fix everything and just be there. I'll hold her hand
Yeah.
and just let her go through what she's going through. Same thing with me. Just let me get through that emotion. I don't need someone to tell me what to do. Just need to know that you're there.
Sometimes I think it's okay to ask too.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you need from me? Sometimes when Val comes home from work, or when I come home from work, I'm more the quiet one.
Yeah, me too. I'd rather just be in my my place.
It's just kind of you come home. For me, you come home from a job where you're interacting and talking with a lot of people. You come home. I kind of want to chill.
Yeah.
Val comes home. She's got a lot of stuff on her mind, and she'll just start. Whether it's just getting stuff off her chest, or maybe she's got a story to tell me. I try to tell her, like, you got to let me know if you need me, if you just need me there to talk at, really. Like if you just need somebody in front of you to,
Yeah.
just talk at. I need to know that. And I also need to know if you need me to digest and remember what you're telling me.
Yeah.
That's and I
a
mean
big
that.
problem.
I mean that in the nicest way possible. But sometimes when she's already home and I come home after her, I walk in the door and 2 seconds later she's like unloading all this information
Yeah, I
on
can't
me.
do that.
And I'm like, I want to give what you're telling me a fair shot. But you got to let me know if you need me to remember this stuff. If you do, give me like 10 or 15 minutes. Just being home, taking my stuff off, decompressing, and I got you.
Yeah. And I take that too, but also when I'm, like I said, I'm in a mood, right?
Yeah.
I don't need someone to try to fix those things. And here's where he goes on further with his quote. It says, "Please don't try to fix me. Don't take on my pain or push away my shadows. Just sit besides me as I work through my own inner storms. Be the steady hand I can reach for as I find my way." So I think a lot of that times relationships can go sour, right? Because you're trying to fix that person. And
Yeah.
obviously no one wants to hear it. We're all, adults at this point. And we're not looking for advice. We're just looking for that partner to be there.
I like that.
Yeah. And also goes into, it says, my pain is mine to carry. My battles are mine to face. But your presence reminds me that I'm not alone in the vast, sometimes frightening world. It's a quiet reminder that I am worthy of love, even when I feel broken. Right?
Golly.
I'm not broken like that, but if someone is on a dark path, right? Just knowing that you're there for that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Sometimes you can't find the words to say to someone. Let's say someone just lost a loved one or goes through a traumatic experience. Could be financially, work, hardships. Just be there for your partner.
Yeah. We have this it's almost like this feeling like we need to like over contribute to moments like that, but we don't.
No. Just be
sometimes
there
just being there.
Hold their hand, hold them, hug them.
Yeah. I love a good hug.
Even a friend, if they need it.
Yeah.
So he goes on to say, so in those dark hours when I lose my way, will you just be here? And not as a rescuer, but as a companion. Hold my hand until the dawn arrives, helping me remember my strength. Your silent support is the most precious gift you can give. It's a love that helps me remember who I am, even when I forget.
Wow.
I feel like crying.
Me too.
Yeah, right?
Jesus.
Dude, perfect. How you said it. I never thought of it that way.
My eyes are watering.
Yeah. Oh, God. And when I saw that quote, I'm like, I got to screenshot that. We got to dissect it a little bit, see if... Because it hit hard, right? When dealing with someone that's emotional, right?
Yeah. What does that go to show you? I mean, when do you think this quote was written?
Oh, God. I don't even know. When was he even around? I don't even know what his time frame was.
I don't either. It was a long time ago.
Let's see.
I mean...
ChatGPT.
That
not
goes
sponsored, not sponsored.
That goes to show you that the stuff that people were dealing with emotionally, 100 years plus, I mean, we're still going through the same shit. We got more technology and stuff, but we're still going through the same stuff.
He died in 61.
61.
19, so
who knows when he wrote
probably
that?
was 30s.
Yeah.
Más o menos, more or less.
That's wild.
So, yeah, awesome quote. Really powerful.
Was that out of a book? Like
I don't know.
I always wondered when these like famous authors have these like famous
Great
quotes. Are they just sitting down banging out quotes?
So what I did is I screenshot it. So it's probably out of a book, or maybe he wrote a poem or something. Let me see if I can make it. As it says, Ernest Hemingway once said.
He once said.
Yeah.
He was walking down the street talking to himself.
Maybe, or he's just deep in thought, right? Being in literature, right? You're kind of a good writer, so putting his thoughts on paper.
That's beautiful.
But yeah.
That's
For me,
like,
that's perfect. When I'm going through a hard time, I don't need like I said, again, I don't need someone telling me what's going on or how to handle the situation, because only I'm going to know, because that's in my head.
Right.
How to fix it. Just be there for me. Know that I got someone next to me.
Hold my hand.
Yeah, hold my hand. You heard that, viewers. Hold our hand through these dark times.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. How do we even pivot from here? We're all emotional right now.
Well, I know we're drinking gin and juice, so...
I feel like I need a cigarette.
Do you want one? I pull one out.
Give me a cigarette, Jesus.
There you go.
No, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that.
So tell your ma. No.
Tell you,
Tell your ma.
dude. I don't know why, but when I see videos, like the videos that make me tear up the most, like when two, I don't know how to say this.
Two dudes.
I don't know how to say this without it sounding a little suspect.
That's fine. Let's hear it.
But dude, there's
Say it.
nothing more powerful than when two masculine dudes who have things in common come together and embrace over anything. It could be something simple, i.e., I saw a video and there was like a road rage incident.
Yeah.
Guy gets out, other guy gets out, and they're both fucking, dude. Both these guys are amped up, ready to go. By the end of that conversation, and these guys are like, these are both very masculine looking fellas, ready to kill each other. And at some point, there was a light bulb that came on, where they realized that what they were doing was, well, they were acting emotionally, obviously.
You crying?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not. My eye.
Here, I got some ketchup on this.
I got a
Can you use
sty.
that?
I got a sty in my eye. But they realized, like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
They both have, like, their families or somebody
Yeah.
with them. And by the end of the video, they're slapping each other up. Just like, dude,
Big dog.
it was just like,
Big dog.
to me, there's nothing more powerful than that, you know? And that's, you know, when girls just don't understand the relationship that their boyfriend or husband has with their best friend.
Yeah.
And there's maybe a little jealousy going on. That's what it is right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I could cry in front of you.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not going to judge me, and you're just going to be a good bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't cry a lot, but when I do, I feel like I could in front of you. Or Dylan, or,
Yeah.
you know.
It's
Brian.
great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. Good. That's a true friendship. So,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. I love seeing it.
Yeah.
There's, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's a pretty deep part of the podcast. I apologize. But I think it was something that I want to get off my chest and something I found interesting, and I want to share it with the world. Hopefully it helps someone out in a hard situation.
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes dropping a nugget like that, you know?
yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, I didn't know about that.
No, I didn't know about that.
You found it.
Yeah.
Who knows
Who
at
else?
what point in my life I'm going to find it.
People, because I was on Facebook, that quote, and people probably
Yeah.
scroll right by it.
Yeah,
And,
that's true.
It makes sense, too, because now just thinking about it, right? Like, sometimes when I deal with my parents, sometimes they don't, like, when I try to ask for advice, they don't give it to me.
Yeah.
Or, like, they're just, oh, it'll be okay, and just kind of there for me. That kind of hits home with that one, because they're not trying to fix everything or be, like the quote says, a rescuer. They're just, you know, we're here for you, and everything will be okay.
Yeah.
But not trying to. Sometimes I used to get frustrated and Sarah would be like, oh, that's just how they are. They don't give advice like that. And now I see kind of, you know, I'm sure they don't know about that quote, but that's what they're doing. They're just being there for me as a parent.
Do you think at that time, do you think they knew that, I don't know, do you think they were just emotionally intelligent enough to know that you didn't need advice or you didn't need that? You just needed them to be there for them?
Yeah, possibly. That could be it.
Or maybe that's just how they...
Maybe just how they are, but that's,
they are.
you know, good value to have. After reading that I can see why.
Right.
Yeah, that's
important.
Yeah.
Not everybody, when they come to you for a problem that they're having, not everybody wants your advice.
No.
They just want to, like, bounce it off your...
yeah.
You know, and I think I've had to learn that myself.
Yeah. So it's kind of recently, right? I wasn't sure if I apply for another job with my company.
Yeah.
And I was going back and forth. Didn't know what to do. Which I'll get further into it. Another reason why. Almost a red flag in the workplace. But I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, I asked my wife, should I call my parents? And she goes, oh, you know how they are. They're probably, you probably just get frustrated and they don't have anything really to, advice or tell you what to do. So I ended up calling them, though. And you did exactly that. But I think sometimes it's best because sometimes you just need to, like you said, talk it out and get off your chest, and help me make my decision. So
Right. What are they going to do? Like make the decision
no.
for you?
But sometimes I look for that, but I realize that
Yeah.
I think also looking back, maybe that's a tactic they have. Is that's how you learn the best, is making your own mistakes, as long as you're not, making a huge crucial mistake,
Right.
growing up. But you got to find your own path. I think that's the best way to learn. People say it's getting thrown to the wolves, like seeing your new job, and one way to learn is just going into it. So maybe from there, that's how parents made a good parenting tactic, is to kind of let your kids make mistakes, and they're going to learn a lifelong lesson on that mistake.
And if you, no matter what decision you make, if it ends up being a good one or a bad one, you just know they're going to be there for you.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
And
always
that's-
have been, no matter what.
I like that. I like the hands-off approach.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And I always got frustrated because you look back, they never told me how to, really sat me down like, you should really think about your career and do something you really love and not trying to chase money. But they let me do it on my own, and now I'm realizing it. And it took me a little longer in life, but
Do you think if they were to tell you that back when in your early 20s that you would have even been able to listen to that kind of advice?
that's another thing I think about too. I probably wouldn't listen to them.
Yeah. You'd be like, you're crazy. There's
But maybe
no
I
way.
would, because sometimes I think, like, man, I wish I just would have sat down with my dad and talked about jobs and what to do with life.
Sure.
But never really had that type of guidance. Not mad at him for that, right? I kind of look back, kind of happy. They let me have my own decisions. Because life would probably be a lot different if I would have did what I wanted to do. I'd probably work for NASCAR right now,
Yeah.
be an engine builder or something.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I want to go to school for, like a tech school for automotive.
But maybe even, you never know. Maybe if you got into that, maybe you
I
would
would have
see.
been like, fuck this.
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't like it. Like
Yeah.
maybe from an outside perspective looking in, maybe it looks really fun,
Yeah.
And maybe it is, but
Yeah.
you don't really know.
Could be. So I want to go back to the red flag, though, with the work.
Yeah, I love this. I love that you started the red flags in the workplace.
Red flags in the workplace.
Yeah.
So let's say you work for, you've been in a job. Let's say you've been over a year, right? You put your time in,
Yeah.
and you want to apply for another job. And you go and tell your manager, right? Hey,
Another job within the company.
within the company, of course. Yeah.
That's important.
That's important, yeah. So you go and tell your boss or whatever, hey, I got an interview with this department. And they kind of get upset with you. And not angry, but just didn't react like how you think they would be. Think they would be there to support your growth. And that's all part of a manager or leader, right? Get you to that next level.
Yeah.
They should take pride in that you're trying to expand your career to a better role. But when they start being negative about it, and now you don't know what decision to make, because I consider myself a pretty loyal person. But they kind of question that loyalty. I brought you in, took a chance. You said this is where you wanted to be. But a year later, things change, and you want to maybe do something a little different, a little more complex. Make a little more money for the family. But they kind of, I don't think a manager handled it well in my situation. And now I get not nervous, but I get second thoughts when trying to apply for a job. And you shouldn't be that way.
No.
Yeah, they should help you. Just like how parents are, guide you through that decision-making process. But it just makes you second guess. Or I'm afraid to tell them now, like, hey, I applied for, or I'm afraid I'm going to get an interview soon for this certain job.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid to tell them. I should be, as a manager, your employees should not be afraid to come to you with something. And if it's truly a bad decision, they can say, hey, well, I look at this flight, it might not be the best, but I'm happy that you're trying, and I give you my full support. I always did that with when I was a area manager for a company for the Northeast. All my supervisors I had, if someone came to me and said they're applying for a job, I'd be like, oh, heck yeah, that's awesome. I'd be so proud of them that they're trying to better themselves and go to that next level. I wouldn't try to stifle their development or keep them down. And I've tried to put the thought in, why would a manager do that? Are they being selfish because they don't want to lose someone and have to retrain, even though this certain manager didn't train me on anything. I learned everything I learned through other people in my department, either at my level or below me. And so maybe he's nervous about that, having someone come in. It's like, I don't really know how to train a supervisor because I don't know what the supervisors do.
Right.
Because he never was a supervisor. I think that's a big issue too. So, I think that might be part of it. Maybe a little selfish on his end. They just want to train someone all over again. And,
It's the first thing I think about.
yeah. But also, I think if you look in a good light, he's like, oh, you're a great employee. I don't want to lose you. But I wish he would say that. He doesn't.
But that's
Like, hey, like this would be tough in the department. Appreciate what you're doing. It'd be hard to replace you, so that's how I'm feeling right now. But I'm proud that you're trying to be a better person.
that'd be a good balanced response. But either way, your version of in a good light or the other way, I think it's both selfish on your manager's part. They clearly don't want you to leave because you're doing a good job in your role, obviously.
Thank you.
And maybe it does come from a point that maybe A, they don't know how to train another supervisor.
They don't.
Or B, okay, so they don't. Or B, they don't want to. You're making their life easier right now. And you leaving is going to make their life a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
That is not your problem.
Yeah.
Your number one priority is focusing on you,
Yeah, that's true.
your family, your best friend. How you doing?
How you doing? Hey, Ma.
How you doing, Ma?
But, So
Also, you applied, though.
Yeah.
You applied. Now you're just waiting.
Posting closed on Friday. I was going to pull out on Friday.
No.
Because I called my mom on Friday.
Never.
It was the last day to post where I already posted, but you can withdraw your application.
I'm so glad you
And
did.
I got on my computer
Yeah.
and I went to go withdraw and the posting was down.
Good.
So at that point, that's God saying, I still could withdraw, but I saw the posting was down. It's supposed to be up to the 14th. They must have pulled it midday or early in the morning. I'm like, that's a sign from God that I needed to apply for it and go for it. It's going to be more money. Hours are a little better. Not as much work. And I hate saying that because I'm not shy of hard work. I put my time in. But I want to have a more balanced work approach where I can develop my employees, work on my own self-development as well. Also contribute to the business.
Right.
But when you're always just contributing to the business, to the new processes, get pulled in so many different directions, I feel like I can't get enough attention to my employees that they need because a lot of them are younger. I do have some senior employees, but some are pretty new, pretty junior. And I want to be able to develop them, but I can't do that because I'm so tied to other issues and fires I'm putting out that I don't get that enjoyment from the work at that point because I'm just too busy putting fires out. I can't do. And when, as a leader, if you see your team struggling or your team can be better, they're good, but I know I can make them better and I can't put the time in, it frustrates me as a leader because I take extreme ownership, which is a book I read, but I take extreme ownership in my people, right?
Is it called Extreme Ownership?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, by a Navy SEAL, Jocko Willink.
Good guy.
Oh, yeah, great. Great book. I'll give it, I have it on Kindle, so I can't really give it to you, but.
He gets up at 3 a.m. every day.
4
a.m.
I think that's not. He always shows on Instagram. He has a picture of his watch when he gets up.
That's nuts.
Get hard or something.
Get hard.
And he works out at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I used to do that. I used to go out and work out really early.
Yeah.
But as with being a leader and having extreme ownership, every time one of your guys or your people make a mistake, that's because of you as a leader. You either didn't make sure the direction was clear enough. You didn't train them properly for that mission or for that job. So when someone makes a mistake on your team, that's on the leader, or on the supervisor or manager. That's not on the employee. There's times when they're totally, you can't save them with different mistakes they make. But that starts with hiring the right people for the right job.
Right.
And make sure the training's the best. You give them the direction that they need. And I don't think I'm doing that right now. So
You can only do so much.
yeah, you can.
You know?
And that's why I want to go for this other job because
You feel like you'll be able to
Yeah.
focus a little bit more on the
Yeah.
stuff you want to focus on.
Yep. Yeah, and the jobs that this department does, they're a little more. They're like a longer duration. They're a little more complex than the jobs my team does, which could take 20, 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Some of these jobs could be an all-day job on this other department I want to go to,
Yeah.
or it could be a couple days. So I think that'd be fun, and not be pulling so many directions. Just worry about one priority at a time type situation. So I'm excited for it.
That'd be nice.
We'll see. I was hoping to get a call today for it because the posting closed on Friday, but I'll be patient. And if it's not the right spot, I'll keep doing my best. And
Well, they're probably still going through applications and stuff.
Yeah.
Looking at the people that applied within first and
usually when when I'm hiring for a position, I pull applications before the posting closes, and I'm making calls, I'm interviewing. That way, the interview process is a lot quicker. Because I feel like if you take an interview or if you let the posting close, you might have 30 applicants to go through. Now I got to set up. If you find out of those 30 applicants, you have 15 good applications you want to interview. Mm-hmm. That's 15 interviews you got to do quick. But it said if you start pulling those applications on day one, you could maybe stagger those interviews so you're not sitting in interviews for a week straight.
The only downside is you just can't make a decision until it closes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
you
but
know,
it makes your process a little easier. And
I think it works pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
From how I've done. This is how I've hired people for a couple of years now.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, I'm rooting for you, man.
Yeah.
I hope you get it.
Yeah, be nice.
I'll put in a good word for you.
7 to 3 instead of 8 to 4.
Can I call in?
Call into.
I don't know. Like, can I call in and be like, yeah, I just really rooting for my boy Alex for this position.
Yeah.
He really
I'll
deserves
send this
it.
clip of the podcast. It'd be part of my interview process. I'll have a whole screen I bring in.
So, like, do you have any questions
a
for
little
us?
PowerPoint put together with clips.
Do you have any questions for us? Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, hold on. Here's some clips. I got on my laptop.
Just watch this real
Just hit
quick.
play. Just hit play right there. It's a 2-hour episode, but you'll be fine.
You put on the wrong. You put on the wrong clip. Fuck.
It's a bonus episode. Fuck. It's only half hour. I said it was 2.
No, that's really good though. I think you bring up a lot of good points with that. That I think the issue that you're finding, I don't even want to say issue, but what you're experiencing with your current, would you say your supervisor?
Manager.
Manager.
He's got a manager title, regional manager title.
Dude, I've heard that story so many times before. I was literally talking to Val's brother before I left because his frustration, which I think is kind of a good thing, is he's like, it doesn't fail. Every job that I've had, he's always chosen out of pretty much everybody else that works in his position, wherever it is, as like the top employee.
Yeah.
And which is a good thing, but because of that, you're put on a pedestal. They always come to you first when there's when there's extra work to do.
Been there.
And because he's a hard worker, he always says yes.
Yeah, people pleaser. I'm a people pleaser.
People pleaser.
That's why I can't make my boss, or I don't want to make my boss upset by applying for a new job, right?
Right.
So.
And he's at an age now and at a point where he's just like super frustrated with it. I said, well, you got to look at it as a good thing. You know, the only reason that these managers are doing this is because you're a good worker.
Yeah.
Now, you do have the ability to say no. He's afraid to say no because he's afraid that if he says no, that there's going to be repercussions. And I'm sorry, like when he first got the job that he's with now, he had told them that he had prior plans before getting the job for, what was it? It was Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. New Year's Day. He's like, I have something going on Christmas Eve, so I cannot work, and New Year's Day, so I cannot work. And he told them that up front. And they tried forcing his hand and saying, no, you got to work those days. And he came home from work, and he was all upset. This was last year, or 2 years ago, whenever you look at it. And he was all fucking pissed off, all amped up. Like, I told him I can't fucking work, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, just call your boss and say, hey, I can't work. I had these plans. This is what I'm going to do. And I said, what's the worst they can do?
Fire you?
Yes. I was like, they're not going to fire you because the whole reason they're trying to make you work is because they don't have anybody else. So they're going to fire you and put themselves in a worse position.
True.
So he calls them and says, "Hey, I got these plans. I'm sorry, I cannot work.
Sorry.
I'm going to be with the family." And what did they say? Okay. And I said, "There you go.
There you go. Look at you.
So instead of getting, it's easier said
You're a
than
good life
done.
coach.
But yeah, I'm terrible. But instead of, getting pissed off and going with the flow and listening to them and saying yes all the time, it's okay to say no.
It is okay to say no.
It's hard.
It's hard.
When you're
Gotta set boundaries in the workplace. Yeah.
Yeah. When you're a good employee, you can't let employers take you for granted. So, and I think every single job that he's had, when it came time for him to leave and go to a different job, they say, "You were always welcome to come back."
Yeah.
That's a great compliment, but I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
I ain't going backwards.
Yeah. Always. That's why the rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield.
That's why
They're going forward.
objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
Maybe. I don't think that one worked. It's good. Sounds good on paper, but
Didn't land. That one didn't land.
No. But yeah, red flag in the workplace. Yeah, I like it.
Alex and I always play footsie under this table. 'cause
Feels good.
He's
Have you ever tried to footsie with your brother or your friend? Not brother, but friend.
Dude, there's nothing more powerful when two masculine dudes play footsie under the table.
Do you remember the first time you played footsie with a man? No? Okay. No one's talking. Sorry, guys.
No one's talking.
I thought we were live.
Quiet crowd.
Yeah, quiet today.
You know what's awkward? When you go to shake someone's hand,
And you miss? Or it's like,
it's just weird. Do you have the feeling like I got to redo this? Like, let's do that again.
no.
You
No.
leave it alone?
I'm so confident.
Shake my hand.
Yeah, because
Like,
that's a bad one. And sometimes I go like this, go further into it, and I go like this for some reason.
I don't
Like
think
two
that's
fingers,
bad.
And I just like play with it. Like, oh, yeah.
But this one-
Is he trying to think I'm trying to play with his bracelet?
or like, even that's, I don't know, like, because you could do this.
Yeah.
Like you slap someone up, and then you go like this. That's cool.
Dude.
But when you go to shake someone's hand and it's like limp, you don't feel weird. You can go the rest of your day and not think of that.
You have the softest hands.
I appreciate that.
My hands, well, they're okay, right? I got a nasty cut in my finger there today.
Oh yeah, little boo boo.
Little boo-boo.
Damn.
My coworker threw a ice scraper. And I tried to grab it. I was hoping to grab it by the shaft. Because you have the brush in one end, the scraper in the other. But how it hit the scraper.
Was you got a fucking metal scraper?
No, it's plastic, and it fucked me up. And I didn't realize it until we're riding in the car, and all of a sudden I'm like, I pull my hand out. I'm like, why is it all wet? I'm like, fucking bleeding.
You gonna sue?
I did.
I did. You did already.
$2 million.
It's worth it.
Remember we used to go to Hooligans?
Look at this, dude.
Oh, your thumb? Oh, so fucking gross.
Isn't that good?
That looks like the hot dog I just ate.
Try it out, dude.
Remember going to TC Hooligans back in the day? Those were some of the best times. Sundays was our day.
Yeah.
We all meet up at TC Hooligans when it was at the mall. I don't think anyone remembers that.
No.
And, dude, you get... Dylan used to order beers, and the lady would ask for his ID. He would give him his ID, even though he wasn't 21. She's like, okay, thank you.
So he would
Because
just...
he played off with confidence.
Yeah.
And the bartender, or the waitress, just like, okay.
They don't even look at it.
Maybe not. But yeah, but the 21, well, back then, the under 21 wasn't a different, because you know how under 21 is, instead of being horizontal, it's vertical.
Those IDs were easier.
We didn't have those back then. We had the regular, just like everyone else. All of a
So
sudden,
they pretend to look.
maybe, or maybe she just didn't know, and he was so confident. Yeah, he's of age.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, he used to be drinking Budweisers at Hooligans. It would be, because he was a little bit behind us in age. His birthday's September-ish.
Okay.
And ours, obviously we'd be 18 or 18. We'd be 21, almost 6 months, 8 months before him.
It's like when you're 20, it's like, come on, dude. I've already had enough beers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I find it crazy that the drinking age is 21. Was it really that bad when it was 18? I don't think it was. My dad turned out fine. Your dad probably was that age where he was 18 and could drink, right?
Yeah, because think of it this way. I didn't start drinking when I was 18. I started drinking when I was like 14.
Yeah. But I never really drank heavily. Maybe you
Maybe,
did.
hold on a second. Maybe not 14.
Yeah, I was pretty young.
I'm trying to think when my sister would have those parties.
Oh, yeah.
Those
Probably
high school
15,
parties.
16. No, we're probably 14, 13, 14.
Yeah.
We'd never drunk. I never drank a lot, though. Back, maybe it was me.
No,
Maybe I
it
was
was just-
15, 16. I don't know.
It's hard to get those beers down. But you
Yeah,
would do
or
it.
we drink the Mike's Hard and get a stomach ache.
Ugh, that was
Get a
terrible.
tummy ache.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Even just like every time I think about it, I remember finding the Mike's Hard. I remember drinking it, and I remember being so fucking hammered. You were laying on the couch or something in the basement, and I was laying in like the recliner or something. And I remember my dad came down. Do you remember this? My dad came down. My dad's cool as shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How you doing, bud?" And I'm like, "Ah." He's like, "Would you fucking drink too much?" And my stepmom comes down, and she was like,
Uh-oh.
Do you remember what she said?
No. I vaguely remember this conversation. I think we were upstairs. I don't think we spent much time downstairs. Maybe we did.
Well, because I remember.
Usually I remember just sitting on that couch in the living room watching TV and your dad's huge TV.
Well, do you remember how the garage was set up at that house?
Yes, sir.
So you could go upstairs, you'd end up in the kitchen,
Or go in
and
the
then
basement.
you can go in the
Yeah.
basement. We found the Mike's Hard like under those stairs. And we drank those, but
Warm Mike's Hard
fucking gross. We were balling.
on a hot summer afternoon.
But for some reason, we ended up going into the basement and just like chilling. Because maybe
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
you were feeling not too well, but you
Yeah.
were able to hold your own.
I'm always, yeah.
And then so my stepmom came down and she goes, "No, he fucking drank. You should just let him be fucking sick," or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
And my dad's like, "No, dude. Like,
It's my son.
it's still my son, you know."
That's a red flag.
I mean, what's funny about that in hindsight is my stepmom loves drinking.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody that should be more understanding, it should have been her at the time.
Yeah.
But she was like, "No, he fucking drank. He can."
Well, she
She was upset that I had drank.
Yeah,
and,
so
and
she
I
never,
didn't understand that one. Hi, Chris. How you doing? I hope you see
yeah,
this.
she's the best.
I still love you. It was just
Yeah.
a moment in time.
Well, I think that was her time to shine.
Yeah. Let's also point out that it's not easy being a step parent.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is my time. I can put a little influence.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that. I think that's maybe she said the right thing, or I would say the same thing.
I wouldn't.
Maybe she was a little annoyed. All the house parties you guys had.
Dude, it maybe was a lot for her, but
Yeah.
I feel like now my dad and her have parties all the time. They have the
They do.
great setup. They've always had
So-
a house with a good setup.
When our kids start having parties,
Yeah.
can I come? When we'll be the two dads just there.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be like, I don't want to necessarily
Smoking the oregano,
smoke in the oregano. Yeah.
drinking Malibu.
I don't want to aim to be the cool parent. I want to be, when it comes to like this type of stuff, like drinking underage and stuff like that. I want to be like my dad. My dad was very balanced with
Yes,
it.
it was. It was
He
good.
never said don't do it. He never said you couldn't do it, but he did tell me when you overdo it, this is what happens.
Yeah.
The main thing is he didn't want us drinking and driving. That was the biggest thing.
Oh yeah.
He nailed that home.
They did a great job.
So, yeah. Did I real quick, did you have something that you were going to say?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't want to like interrupt you.
No.
Did I ever tell you about the time? Do you remember when Christine used to have that white Pontiac G6?
Yes.
Did I ever tell you the story about the time I backed into it?
I can't say. Like I said, it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you told me.
Well, you remember the van my dad had, right? The Safari van?
Safari, and I remember she
GFC?
had like a convertible Volkswagen Beetle or Bug. Remember?
Yes.
The black one?
I think it was that car, and then it was the G6.
G6.
I believe. Yes, it was.
Do you have G6 or G5? No, it's G6. Is there a G5?
I don't know. It was a nice car. And it was, let's bring it back. It was fucking Pontiac.
Pontiac, the
Back
best
in the
car
day.
ever.
She was probably paying like $99 a month for that thing.
Yeah.
But I get my dad's car, and I don't remember why. I think I had to get something out of the back. And I can't remember if I had my license at the time or if it was just a thing where my dad's like, yeah, go ahead.
Move it. Yeah.
So Oh, this was before backup cameras too.
Yeah, way before.
Dude, I fucking backed up into her car and like fucked the bumper up. And my dad was even like, let's put the bumper back together. We're gonna pretend none of this happened. So
Wow.
yeah, because my dad knew. My
He
dad
knew it
knew
should
what would
flip?
happen. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So we get it back together. I can't remember if it was cracked. It wasn't bad. Like it definitely came out, popped out. But my dad popped it back in. It was fine, looked fine. And I just like went in my room and just hung out in my room.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to be involved with that.
So I'm looking out the window. I see her pull in. She comes home. I think she was driving
done.
she was driving the Trans Am.
Ooh.
Dude, I fucking pretend I'm sleeping.
And did she know right away?
Almost immediately. Like she could sense it. So I'm in my room. I'm like pretending to sleep. I hear boom, 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 boom. Wake up. I pretend to sleep. She's like, I know you're not fucking sleeping. So I open the door. I'm like, what? She goes, you hit my car. And I'm like, just like deer in the headlights.
This is before doorbell cams and cameras, so you could see, review the footage.
You could lie.
Yeah.
But
You told the truth.
She had a sixth sense too.
She would have been a great mom. I'll tell you that.
She was
She knew.
pissed. She was pissed. After she settled down, she was like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm really just more upset that you lied to me about it. And
Did your dad get in trouble too?
yeah, because he tried covering it up. So he
I could see him be like, eh.
yeah, he dug himself a little bit of a hole.
It's funny, because I used to be that way about cars. So
Real like
anal, like, not saying she was anal in that situation, right?
it's
But I
funny.
used to be like, oh, I gotta wash it. Oh, you dinged my car. I could care. It's a car. 'Cause shiny things cause stress, right? So I don't get that way over that anymore. Yeah, I'm still protective over my Trans Am a little bit. But if, let's say Donnie drives his bike into it or something, I'm not gonna go freaking. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Just stay away from it.
Because what really actually matters in life,
Yeah, not cars.
Not cars. They're fun. They bring us joy. But it's. Do you think it's like important that the things that bring us joy shouldn't bring us anything less?
Yeah,
And if they do, you got to get rid of them.
yeah, that's true. Good. That's a good quote.
I wrote it.
Make sure you write it down. Don't forget.
I
it.
did come up with that, but you guys can use that.
Yeah. Brings me a story. One time we're at Sarah's dad's house, and her aunt's there, and she parks behind the Durango. Sarah and her aunt and like her sister have to go somewhere. Mm-hmm. So they jump in the Durango. I'm like, Sarah, you got enough room to get around? I think she had enough room, right? It was like this, so she could like back around. She must have forgot from the time he asking her if she's okay, and so he got me, her dad, and her neighbor, or her dad's neighbor, in the garage working on his '67 Chevy Bel Air. We're working. We're like, oh yeah, she's fine. All of a sudden, you hear doesn't even try to turn. Must have totally forgot the car was behind. After a minute of me saying, "Hey, can you get around that car, okay? Because I'll move the car."
Yeah.
Just back straight into her aunt's Subaru. Boom! And that was pretty embarrassing of her. It happens, right? I did the same thing. It was, I think we were living at her dad's house. Just moved back from Texas, and I'm going to. I think John Fiore was having like a bachelor's party during the day. It wasn't anything crazy. I was getting ready to go.
Yeah.
And I'm backing up my great man, that silver Grand Prix I had.
Yep.
And her dad just got a brand new, nothing. It's like nothing special, but it's brand new to him. It was a 2014 Dodge Avenger, brand new.
Okay.
Like 5 miles on it. I don't back straight into it, but I hit it right in like the corner panel because it's like, I don't know, like this. And I just sit there in the driveway for a second. Like I could pull you, drive up, back up, and go, and not tell him.
Right.
But I had to go back and I was so embarrassed because I really pride myself in my driving. And I was so embarrassed.
That happened.
Yeah.
Oh no. How do you react?
He handled it very well. I'm surprised. Not saying he's a loose cannon. He's a great guy. I'm sure the deep inside, he's very upset because it's a new car.
He
doesn't
really
buy a new
wanted
car very often.
to lose his shit.
Yeah, he still has that car today. He bought it brand new in 2014. Still has it. It has like
Still got 50 miles.
280,000 miles. No, he drove a lot for work.
280,000.
Yeah, so he had a job where
Wow.
they used to give him a company car.
Yeah.
And then they took the company cars away, and they said, "Hey, we'll just pay for the car, so we'll give you like allowance."
Right.
So he bought that, and he drove a lot for work from here to Albany to Buffalo, Syracuse, whatever. So he put a lot of miles on it when he was working. He's retired now, but still has that car. It's got like 280,000 miles. It's got the same engine our Durango has. So I'm like confident. Hopefully these engines are good. They can last a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get the advice from him.
Yeah.
Dude, what did you do to keep that thing going?
Oil changes and yeah,
But like
take care of it.
gaskets. Gaskets go.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't. Wow. Yeah. I'm surprised we have that my car now, that Dodge Charger,
Yeah.
has 163,000 miles on it. Doesn't owe me a dime. Knock on wood.
Is that wood?
Yeah, I don't think so. I hope so. I don't have any wood in here. But no, the only non-wear and tear item we had to replace, like brakes and tires, right? You got to replace, or suspension, was a radiator. At like 100,000, which is kind of early for a radiator to go.
Sure.
It rotted out. I don't know how.
New York State.
I wonder if they kind of, just fucked me on it because I took it to the dealership to get fixed.
Yeah.
It maybe did need a radiator because I couldn't tell where it was leaking from, and like, fuck, I'm just not gonna bother with it. It's gonna be a big job because I have that thing tucked in there. Maybe it was just a loose hose, or hose went like, oh yeah, you need a radiator. $1,000 later.
I hope I don't, dude. I'm really hoping I don't need one.
Radiator?
I went. I was under my hood, just putting some windshield fluid in it a couple weeks ago, and I noticed my car was off, by the way, and I noticed my coolant level was like below minimum, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I don't like, to my knowledge. Now, please tell me if I'm wrong. My truck's not giving me any indications that it's running hot. I'm not getting any sort of indications. It's not overheating. None of that shit. It's right. My gauges are always right in the middle.
Was the engine cold?
At that time, I couldn't even tell you. I can't remember if I think I just got back home because I went and picked up stuff.
That's fine. Because that gauge is you'll see on the coolant reservoir.
Yeah.
It'll say cold range. So when it's cold, it should be in that range. So then not. Like you leave it overnight and open the hood, and then you want to check from there.
So if I go out and check,
Even
my truck is cold right now.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be cold right now.
So
that's where you can get a accurate gauge because when it's warm, right, that fluid's gonna be in the system, going through your engine block, going through the radiator hose to the radiator,
and it expands too.
When it's hot, I don't think it's gonna expand.
Because that's why they tell you not to open it when it's hot.
Yeah, it's got pressure in it, but it's not
Yeah.
like expanding. It's just air pressure,
That's where pressure comes from.
Yeah.
Expansion.
I guess,
I don't
or
know.
heat because the particles are moving so fast.
I'm just telling you what Bill Nye said.
Okay, because heat, right? You got stuff moving so fast it creates pressure.
That's true.
Particles.
But yeah, and then like the other day, I was what was it, yesterday or 2 days ago? I pulled my truck out. I pulled it forward from where I park so that people could get in it. And I was like, "Oh, what's that on the ground?" To me, just looked like piss. Looked like there was like we have a bunch of cats that walk through our yard, and it just looked like piss. And I'm like, I don't know, it's either piss or it could be coolant, you know?
Yeah, is your antifreeze green or is it like a reddish Dex Cool color?
I believe it's green.
Okay.
So
Because GM switched to, well, I know Dodge uses it too now.
yeah,
GM came out with this cool idea. I think it was GM. It's called Dex Cool.
okay.
And instead of changing like your antifreeze, every 5 years, you can go 10 years or 100,000 miles.
Oh my god.
So it's like a reddish, orangish color. So maybe coming out, it might look a little like pee. Someone has some kidney problems, maybe.
I just don't know.
Because the antifreeze is going to be green. You're going to know right away.
I just don't know why it'd be leaking.
The hose, how many miles do you have on it again?
83,000.
Could be a radiator hose.
Yeah.
Or your water pump. Sometimes when water pumps are about to go, they have these little weep holes.
Yeah.
And water will come out of it, so it really signal that your water pump's going.
Yeah, but at 80,000 miles?
Could.
God, I hope not. Like right near the end of me paying my
I
truck
know.
off. All this shit.
Well, a water pump's not expensive.
I thought it was.
Well, it depends on where it is on your engine, but
But the labor could be expensive.
labor, yeah. But if you do it
Jeez.
yourself,
You saying this could be a project for us? So
Yeah.
say us, bring us into it. You know.
I've done water pumps. Like on my Grand Prix, it was a V8, right? And it's front wheel drive.
Yeah.
So you cram a V8 from, instead of being front to back, it's side to side. Not much room to get your hands in there.
Oof.
To change a water pump when I did it. This funny story. I was driving to my father-in-law's to help me replace it, and on the way over, it finally goes, and the engine starts overheating pretty bad. So I had to tow it back to my house because it's closer to my house at that point.
Damn.
But so I had to do it myself, and
I think it's cool that you could just put water in there.
but at that point, with how the water pump went, I can't remember what exactly happened, but took all it chewed up the belt because the belt is the water pumps run off that belt, which is getting spun by the motor, right? So that's
Right.
how the water pump circulates the water, or antifreeze. So putting water in because the water just kept pumping out. Because I can't remember exactly what happened with the water pump, but I think the whole pulley came out and everything.
Oh my god.
It was making a noise, and I knew I was getting close. But it's funny, the time I was driving it to get it taken care of,
It fucking goes.
and that's when she went. So we got it towed. Luckily, I have Liberty Mutual, Liberty,
Liberty.
and they pay for towing for the most
And
part.
Doug.
Yeah, and Doug. Limu,
Limu.
and Doug. So they paid for the towing, brought it back, fixed it, got her done, but it was tight.
Tight squeeze.
I had to take the tire off, take the wheel fender off, not the fender itself, but the
Yeah, the guard
like
in there.
splash guard in there.
Yeah.
Take that off and get in there and get dirty. Wow. And we did it. It took 4 bolts. I broke the 4th bolt off.
Fuck.
So I only put 3 bolts back in. And wasn't leaking. And I drove it probably for another 40,000.
Yeah.
And I traded it into Bob Johnson. Then so the funny thing about that, so I traded into Bob Johnson, right, to get a pickup truck. 2 weeks later, I get a call from Bob Johnson. It's okay if the person that bought your Grand Prix wants, because I had the stock rims still, because I traded him with winter rims on it.
Yeah.
And he wants to see if he can buy the stock rims off of you. Do you mind if we give him your information? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Have him call me. Called me. He lives like around the corner. What a small world.
Awkward.
Yeah. Now I see the car all the time. It's still around after what I traded in 2016.
Still missing the bolt.
Still missing a bolt. Probably still driving. He never said anything to me. I was going to tell him, hey, just let you know, that's only got 3 bolts in the water pump.
It's all you need.
But it wasn't leaking when I fixed it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that should be enough. And I tightened it down probably tighter than I should have.
Yeah. Even if
Wasn't to spec.
even if you told them about it, they still probably would have given you less money.
No.
For a bolt.
Well, the funny part about it, so this is, I guess it's not much integrity on my end, but when I was making the deal trade, and then I told him I'd bring the stock rims in.
Yeah.
And then we did the deal and never said anything again about the stock rims. He gave me extra to throw the stock rims in.
Yeah.
And I'm selling my stock rims to the
them.
guy for $400.
You gotta take
They
your
probably
small,
ripped me up. The dedealership probably ripped me off somewhere. So
You gotta take your wins.
yeah,
You know?
especially
Yours-
the dealership. I wish I could figure out the science they do. There's no way we're making like $500 off this car. No way. You can't afford a building
Yeah.
that big.
I know.
Selling a car for $500, paying all your staff. No.
That's
You're not-
wild.
Yeah, you're making way more margin. Usually, a good business, you want to make like 20-25% profit margin off a sale. There's no way they're making like $500 off of a $40,000 pickup.
Unless they made their margin off of your truck
And the trade-in.
forfeited
Oh, the trade.
the trade-in. But to your point,
But every time you go in, like, we're trying to negotiate a deal. Like, we don't have much room to wiggle on it. We're only like $500 to wiggle on it. Like, no.
yeah,
You're probably making 20-25%. So let's say on a $100,000 car, they're probably making 20 grand off you.
yeah. I don't know. I've always wanted to. You know what I'm interested in is like take a brand new car, right? Val and I, we're not looking to buy right now, but when we
Yeah.
eventually scale down and go down to one vehicle. I was looking at a car, Kia Carnival. I don't know if you've seen it.
They're nice.
Beautiful car.
You're going to want to pick up still, though. It's going to be hard.
We'd figure it out. I'd tow something.
Maybe buy a small Ranger or something.
But like that car's going for, I think it starts at like 34.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a nice truck, a nice van.
What does that? It's not a van.
It's a hybrid minivan.
It's a hybrid. What does that car actually cost to make? That's what I want to know. If you're selling it, if the MSRP is 34, is it like 15 to make, or is it like closer to like 28? Like, there's obviously they tell the dealerships like, hey, this is like the lowest this thing can go for, and this is obviously can go for as high as you want it to.
Well, the dealerships, they buy. If I'm thinking, maybe I could correct me if I'm wrong.
It's consignment, I believe.
Oh, I thought they buy it.
No, I think it's. I want to say it's consignment.
Oh, I don't know. But maybe you could chat GPT it. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can't. Like, I've looked up to find information about like how much it would actually cost.
Yeah.
And of course you can't find it.
No, I'm gonna try to see chat GPT.
It kind of makes sense.
What profit margin does a dealership make on a new car?
I don't even want the dealership. I want to know what it cost to manufacture.
They only make 5 to 10%.
On
a new car.
5 to 10%.
So they don't make a lot. I thought they made a little more than that. I thought they were making 20%.
Yeah,
Profit margin.
maybe on the cars,
Maybe they make a 25.
like $100,000 car.
Maybe they make a 20% profit margin on the add-ons.
That's why they really try to sell you on the warranties.
I fucking hate that. No, the guy got so mad and stuff like a finance manager.
Was he bald?
No.
Okay.
Where are all these electronics? You think you're good with that? You're going to be able to fix that? I'm like, dude, it's the base model Silverado. It's got nothing in it. Well, with the headlights, so it's going to be hard. Like, no, no. Maybe the radio goes out, the screen, whatever. Okay, I'll fix that too. That's simple.
Are you convincing me to not buy this car? Are you saying this stuff's going to go bad?
I think I said that. Maybe I did say like, so you're saying this car's not something I should buy?
Right.
I'll walk out right now.
This seems like a red flag.
There's plenty of dealerships.
Well, and also,
but because finance managers make most of their money off, because that's what they do. That's the final step of you buying your car. You go in the finance office.
Yeah, I hate it.
And then
I fucking hate it.
And then they go and like that's how the finance manager. That's how they make $200,000 a year by selling those shitty warranties. They're the same thing with trying to buy in the camper. They got so mad. They're like, oh, so what's holding you back from? I'm like, I don't want to spend extra money on a warranty. Well, who's going to fix your camera? Do you really want to have to bring it in to get repaired? Something break? I'm like, no, I got an RV tech lives down the street.
Right.
I'm pretty knowledgeable myself with fixing stuff. I'll be fine.
And
but they got so mad. Like, well, they knocked it down to like something that was ridiculous price. Like, I probably should have took it.
Yeah.
But just out of principle, I wasn't gonna like let them win.
Yeah, because
I just held out, and they're like, oh, we'll knock off another $100 off that. $100,
Yeah.
Basically, we're going to give you this for like $200. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
I've just heard too many times where when people have gotten warranties like that
Yep.
when they go to use them, they're fought tooth and nail.
Yeah, Sarah's car, the Charger, right? We bought one. We're stupid, right? First new car we bought.
You don't know.
I'll never buy another new car. But that was a big mistake because once you try to, something does happen, like we put paint protection on it, and then the paint started bubbling a little bit.
Yeah.
They wouldn't, like, no, yeah, but we had the paint protection on it. It says it guarantees this and that. Like, oh, well, we're not going to do that. Same thing with the rims. The rims started getting some pitting on them.
Yeah.
Some corrosion.
Delamination.
Yeah. And they're like, nope. Like, what do you mean? I paid for the extra rim and tire package. The protection package. And I like call. I'm like, oh my God, it's such a fight. So I'll save my money and just not do it.
I wish that you could just say, like, because they tell you, they're like, okay, well, after this, so like you agree with the deal, you agree with them on the deal that you make on a vehicle, and they're like, okay, you're going to go talk to our finance manager. They're not a fucking finance manager, bro. They're a second salesman.
He had to break you down because you've
But,
been
like,
there for a couple hours.
What if you just say, I'm not interested? Like, are you forced? Is there anything, you don't have to go in there, right? What if you just say, I'm good. I know they're going to pitch me a warranty. I'm not getting a warranty. I want to finalize the deal with my vehicle, and I want to get the fuck out of here.
I think I think they won't.
Then I'm walking.
Okay.
I don't want the car.
Okay.
We did get a warranty on Vale's car.
You
What's
guys-
even worse
you guys
about
bought
it?
that, right?
No, it's a lease.
The least you got.
Listen.
Oh my God.
Listen.
Dave Ramsey would be
Listen.
pissed at you.
Dude, here's the thing. I don't know if they do this on purpose. No, they do. They break you down until you just give up. And I gave up. One of the things they said, we got the paint protection. We got the bare minimum that protects us against the paint. Because the guy's like, well, when you go to trade the car in, if there's any chips on it, we're going to charge the fuck out of you. And he said it just like that. He goes, we're going to charge the fuck out of you. I said, you're going to charge us? I said, what about normal just wear and tear? I said, driving down the road, things pop up. And he was just like, I was like, are you guys going to ding us for normal wear and tear? Because certainly on other warranty items, you're not going to cover things that are, just wear and tear. And he was just, I don't remember what he said, but he was just like, well, you just don't know, and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, I don't know, it was like an extra $10 a month. And I was like, okay, just fucking do it. 3 years. 360. 360.
So it costs you $360 for that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
No.
But still.
But dude, they could
But they got a whole rack going to the lease game.
But-
I'll dive into that deeper. But.
They could always just not cover it still and still charge us. That's what I'm feeling.
Oh yeah, they're still. So what are they gonna do? When you go and turn that vehicle in 3 years?
Oh boy.
You know what they're gonna do? It's like, hey, this is wear and tear here. The tires are not that good.
Yeah.
We'll waive all that if you come into another lease.
Right.
So it's perpetual lease after lease after
Sure.
lease.
They
We'll waive those fees.
Yeah.
Those chips. No, don't worry about it. You're leasing with us again? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll get you in a new car. New car today.
Yeah.
But you don't own it. And you'll never get your money back on the lease money you put in.
Unless you buy it.
But even then, it's astronomical, the number they're going to give you. Doesn't make sense to buy.
Well, it's just, to my knowledge, it's just the remaining. This is the remainder plus your APR.
I don't know. I guess I never lease, but I don't know. It just seems like a ripoff. I just put this much money into a car, and then you want me to pay an extra $20,000.
Well, that's how it was with Val's last car before the Mazda. She had the Ford EcoSport.
A lease?
It was a lease.
Okay.
She leased it for a few years, and then when the time came to either renew a lease and get the next newer model or whatever, that was a fucking nightmare in itself. But we set up an appointment and all that. We had looked at other cars because, like you said, if you go in and you're gonna buy another Ford product, then they waive fees.
Yeah.
They actually charge you if you don't go with another Ford.
Yes.
And we knew that, but we had all these cars that were in their inventory. At the very least, if it wasn't on the lot, it was in their inventory. These are the cars that we're interested in. Even pulling into the parking lot, we were like, we want to look at that car, And we get inside. He's like, how can I help you guys? So, well, the lease is coming close, and we want to look at these cars. We saw this car and this car on the lot. We'd like to check that out. And we saw some other ones online. And completely diverts. For whatever reason, doesn't show us any of the cars that we told him we wanted on the lot. The new version of the EcoSport actually had less features, and it was going to take her payment from, I'm guessing here, it's going to take her payment from $245 a month up to $399. Less features. Less features, and there were features that she actually liked.
Yeah.
So we were not interested in that one. He ends up showing us a car. I don't remember what year it was, but it was before they started putting the Android Auto.
Yeah. I love CarPlay. So nice.
So she goes. So he shows us a bigger vehicle. It was the Ford. It was a Ford Escape.
Escape. Yeah.
A little bit bigger than her car. It's older. Has obviously has the miles weren't too bad on it. Has all-wheel drive, which was good. We wanted that, but no fucking Android Auto, which we were like, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
It was going to still cost more money per month than her car.
They got you.
And that was the only car. I swear to God, they pulled this thing from the back corner of the lot. And we were like, yeah, it's a little bit outdated and it's going to be more money. And at that point, we were fed up. We were kind of pissed that they didn't show us any of the cars we were interested in. So she ended up like, I'm just going to buy it out. I'm just going to buy my car out. So the good thing about that is she got her car before COVID, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So before COVID, it was like normal pricing on vehicles. Because of COVID, the cost it jumped up. So she only owed, I'm trying to think, she only owed $12,000 because the value they place on your car is based on when you originally got it. She only owed 12 on it, but it was worth like 18 to 20.
Yeah.
And they wanted that car
They wanted
bad.
it so bad.
They wanted it so bad. He's like, "Are you sure you don't want this Ford Escape?" 100% sure. So she buys it out.
Yeah.
Good. And yeah. So you can do that with leases. I think leases are good if you are not sure. Val doesn't know if she likes the Mazdas yet.
They just scare me.
So
I put a lot of miles on cars too, so
yeah,
she given where we live,
She's good. I know I'm buying my truck, and we're pretty sure she's going to turn hers in. So we take my truck everywhere. But I don't know. Yeah. She likes her Mazda, but I will say one thing that her and I agree on that we don't fucking like about them is their security. It's so secure.
It's over secure.
Over secure. I go to unlock the door. What did I do? I go to unlock the door, and I'm doing something. I run to the back to open up the tailgate. I'm like, of course it's fucking locked.
Yep. I'm in the car.
I'm right by it.
Yeah.
Or yeah, that's what it was. We were about to leave to go to my mom's last night, and the keys were in it. The car was started, and I run to the back to go put something in it, and I'm like, of course it's fucking locked. Yeah. So too secure, in my opinion.
That's not good.
Other than that, good car.
Good car.
Yeah.
They're sharp.
They're sharp.
I'll tell you that.
Like the way they look.
Sharp car.
Yeah.
So what's it going to take me to get you in that car today?
Which one?
Any car. I'm a dealer.
Okay.
Ford Escape.
Well, if you got a pen, all right, we can write the number.
Sell me this pen.
Sell me this pen. It's not even a nice pen. All right, how about this? All right, what we're going to do. All right, here's what I'm willing to pay per month, okay?
Okay, let's see it.
I'm going to put the dollar sign. Okay, so I want to get into this car, brand new. Okay, I want to get it for $299.
Mm-hmm.
$299 per month.
Okay.
I want full warranty included and extended. Okay, and what else was I going to put in here? I want 0 down. The hot dogs in your court. All right, so hold on. You got to take this back to the room.
No.
You got to talk to your manager. All right, because he's got bigger balls than you do.
$275 a month.
Okay.
1,000 down. Full warranty. And floor mats, WeatherTech.
What's the catch?
$275, 1,000 down. Today. Now.
No, hold on a second.
No.
You're a terrible salesman.
How?
I'm willing to pay $299.
Yeah, but I need some money down. You don't understand how business works. We need a little money, a little security down.
A little security.
Yeah.
For what?
I need we need to get this car today. You know how valuable that car is right now.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people I have lined up? I have 5 more appointments after you.
Do you love your kids?
1,000 down.
You want your kids to be in something safe, right?
1,000 down, cash, $275 a month, full warranty. Don't forget about that full warranty.
Yeah.
It's gonna protect you and your family.
Yeah.
To have a great car for many years.
Yeah.
And the floor mats. And you know what else I'll throw in right now? A trip to Splash Lagoon. 3 tickets.
Wow.
That's a $200 value.
Wow.
Just like the whole deal that you made.
What's the APR on that? What's the interest rate?
12%.
12%, and it's for it's 30
40
years.
years.
30 years.
House mortgage.
Oh my god.
It's an expensive truck.
Have you ever like done the math on like, let's say like where the
sick.
market's going right now? Even with good credit, you're looking at about 7%.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You get a
Horrible.
$45,000 vehicle
Oh, sick.
with 7%.
Yeah.
How much are you paying for that vehicle once it's done?
Like 60, 70 grand.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Oh my god.
Scary.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
They tried getting us on a a Chevy Traverse.
Those are nice.
And you look at the original price, right? You're looking at it, you're like, okay, that's the sticker price is $23,000. You're like, oh, that's good. That's good. You're doing the math in your head. Clearly not the right math. It's what they told us. He came back after talking to his boss who had bigger nuts, right? He writes it down. He goes, I'm gonna keep it under 500 for you.
It's my deal for you.
$499.
$499.
It was like set between 7 and 8%, and it was for
72 months.
8 fucking years.
Oh my god.
It was an 8. I'm doing the math, so the guy's like, you guys can. I said, oh, it's a little bit more than we wanted to pay
Yeah.
per month, and over the course. So I do the math when he walks away. I'm like, Val, we're gonna end up paying like $45 grand for this car.
It
when
costs
you're done with
23
it.
grand.
Dude.
Double.
Terrible
Double
deal.
it. Yeah.
This was supposed to be like, I don't want to say a hookup, but it was like if you need a car, go to this guy.
Was it the same guy you bought your truck from?
No, you know who that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think he was like shyster. Again, we talked about this before. I didn't expect a hookup.
Yeah.
I definitely expected a better experience with my wife when we went to trade in her
Oh, yeah.
Ford EcoSport.
That's what he did to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we can get into that more next podcast.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
to buy a car.
How to buy a car.
Dad 101. How to buy a minivan.
I gotta do some research because I still don't fucking know.
Me
Because
either.
I went into that Mazda dealership like, dude, I'm fucking ready. This is what we're paying. We're not paying a penny more. I'm not putting any money down, and we fucking leave there with $2,000 down, $445 a month.
Jesus Christ. $445 a month for the Mazda?
Dude.
$445.
With $2,000 down.
How many years?
20. Just kidding.
Is it really $445?
It was like 30. It was some weird, like, it was like 32 months or something like that.
Oh shit. I had to do plus. So 16 grand pretty much he had in for that car.
For 3 years.
For 3 years. It's gonna cost you 16 big ones.
Yeah.
Then you probably owe to buy it outright.
Another 18.
Another 18.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No, it sounds like an okay deal, but 445 just seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But cars are expensive. They're not cheap, and you gotta have it. You gotta have something safe for the kids.
Yeah. This guy again, this was another,
Shiesty.
I don't even know. He just like, it was cool, and then it reached a point where he was definitely a sales guy.
Oh yeah.
I was referred to him by somebody, and dude, I don't know why, but like I don't like the way that he got a sticky notepad and just like wrote a number on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, if you agree with this,
I hate that.
he
Yeah,
puts
they
a line.
do. Yeah, they're like, yeah, just you know what? Just to show my sales manager that you're serious about this.
Yeah. Sign right
Sign
here.
here. Buy today. You're gonna buy this thing today.
Yeah.
For $34K.
That's not
Sign here.
It's not a real contract.
I hate that.
Do you imagine taking this in front of a
walked
judge?
out once. I'm like, I don't like what
Judge,
you're doing.
Judge, he signed on this plate. Yeah, don't worry about
Don't
the
worry about
hot
the
dog.
mustard.
Don't worry about the mustard. He signed right here. He said
Yeah.
he's going to buy it today.
It's so shiesty. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
One bit.
Next time I go to buy a vehicle, ball's in my court.
Yeah.
Until
Don't.
2
the biggest
hours
thing is
in.
you can't fall in love with the car. Because as soon as you show that you're in love or know that you're in love and you don't want to walk away, they got you. You always got to know that if you're not feeling that, what he's doing,
Yeah.
this is a 4 to 5 year commitment you're making, and you don't feel comfortable doing it, but you're in love with that car. Don't be in love with that car. That's the first thing. Same thing with a house. If you fall in love with a house, you're fucked. You're gonna get in a bidding war.
Yeah.
A car, you're not getting a bidding war, but they're gonna fuck you with the math somehow because you're gonna get so emotionally attached, and they're gonna try to
Little callback.
trick you.
What were we talking about in the beginning of this podcast? Not making decisions when you're emotional. Dude. Right there.
And that's all the podcast we
I
got today.
love it, dude. I love a good callback.
Yeah. We come full circle today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we showed you why not to be emotional, especially in car sales. Or when you're trying to apply for a job and your boss is mad.
Life is just filled with things that can get you feeling emotional.
And full comeback. We're just on a big rock flying through space.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter. No one knows what they're doing.
None of that.
It's all made up.
That new car doesn't matter.
Think God created cars? No. Think God created loans and interest rates? No.
Man-made.
Man-made.
Man-made. I'm pretty sure we're all sinning.
Yeah.
Based on...
Well, Jesus was a sinner.
Yeah, still is.
Depends.
I wear them sometimes.
Yeah. But, yeah, so... Got anything else? Or should we wrap this up?
We should wrap it up.
Got anything you want to promo first? A book coming out? Or you have a
Do I have a book coming
concert or a tour? Nick Arthur tour?
No concerts, no tours. No
merch?
I think I'm really excited for this year.
Yeah.
Just in general, I'm excited. I feel like there's been a little bit of digression. I've digressed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, regressed. Fuck me. I've regressed a little bit based on the things that I had originally written that I wanted to do this year.
Yeah.
And that I didn't want to do.
Yeah.
But I don't feel guilty.
No, you
I
shouldn't.
still feel like I'm pushing along, and I think if anything, this year is a big year of emotional growth.
Yes.
Mental growth.
I'll put my foot down there and say the same thing. Emotional growth this year is our goal.
Yep.
On many different levels. So
Absolutely.
we'll keep deep diving into that.
I like it. I like it.
Love, happiness. You heard it here first, guys. The Gone Fishing Podcast.
The #1 podcast, not about fishing. We don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it. And make sure one thing you can do for me and Nick.
Yeah.
Tell your ma.
Tell her.
And watch episode on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio,
Yeah.
Apple Music.
That's another thing. We're on all the platforms
We're
right
on some
now.
big platforms right now, and
Yeah.
we're getting a lot of attention, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
And we appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you guys.
No, for sure.
You know? So keep telling your mas.
So tell your ma, thank you guys, love you. Have a great night, great week. We'll see you next week.
See you.
Out.